In the words of our legendary hero, Sam Sharp, and before I be a slave, I'll go home to my grave and go home to my father and be free. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are on the outskirts of Montego Bay, going towards the Sangsters International Airport. I'm here with the president and founder of the Paul Bogle Foundation, Constantine Bogle, and also Kez from the Tawahida Monastery. And we are on our way to meet the General Secretary of the Ashanti Worldwide Heritage International Movement. He's scheduled to arrive in Montego Bay at exactly 5:30 p.m. ladies and gentlemen. So this is a piece of history, and the Paul Bogle Foundation wants to share it with the world. It has been a long time since someone of this magnitude have arrived in the country, and especially they're coming courtesy of the Paul Bogle Foundation. So ladies and gentlemen, we're here at the Sangsters International Airport. Yeah, we're here at the Sangsters International Airport, and we're getting ready to meet Kwaku Adu Gyamfi Ampofo. Yeah, this is it. Yeah. It's a beautiful day, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful day. It actually took us about a little over 2 hours to get in from Kingston into Montego Bay. So just don't touch your dial. We'll be right back with Kwaku Adu Gyamfi Ampofo, General Secretary of the Ashanti International Heritage Worldwide Movement. Don't touch your dial. As we await the arrival of Kwaku Adu Gyamfi Ampofo, coming to Jamaica for the very first time and meeting with his brother Constantine Bogle. It is indeed an honor to see my brother. And the Kez, of course, where's the Kez again? Meet with Kwaku. He gets his blessing. Raso Shing. Well, it is for the very first time that I have an opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, in touching a brother from the land of Africa. The Paul Bogle Foundation has done Jamaica proud in bringing one of the greatest Ashanti from the throne to Jamaica. And Kwaku, what is your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Come over here to the camera. What are your thoughts, Kwaku, landing in Jamaica for the very first time in your dream?
So far, I don't know what I can say because I feel home.
Yeah. You feel home?
Yeah, I feel home. I feel at home. The very moment I landed here, the feeling tells me that no matter what, it's going to be all right. That is the first impression I had. And I've received blessings from the priests,
right?
the higher priests, and brothers around me I'm welcomed, and I know everything that we are going to do will be successful. It doesn't matter what, the problem will be uprooted and peace will be attained. And not only that, I've come for integration purpose, that we will exchange culture, tradition, and custom. The same thing that is happening within Ashanti will be transferred here, and they will be moving to Ghana, and Ghanaians will be moving here in terms of anything. And I'm very happy that I'm welcome back to my people.
Constantine Bogle, what are your thoughts having brother Kwaku Adu Ampofo to Jamaica? What are your thoughts?
Well, first of all, let me say, welcome, my brother, to Jamaica.
Thank you.
And I'm glad that you feel at home, because when I came to Ghana, that's the same way I felt at home. So I'm glad that you have that brotherly feeling upon arriving. And this is something greater than Kwaku and I. This is a spiritual movement and a spiritual band that we have now put together through the true and living God. So greater is He that is within us than He that is within the world. So I am telling you that the gates of Africa is open to the gates of Jamaica and the gates of St. Thomas.
Yeah.
And let me bear in mind that Nelson Mandela says when he came to Jamaica, that when you leave the shores of Africa, there is only one place on planet Earth where you find the strength of the black man, and it's Jamaica. My brother, the strength of the black man is in Jamaica. Welcome to the strength of the black man.
And that is true.
Today, the strength of the black man and Africa has joined hands.
What a glorious
day. The rest will be history.
Yes.
Thank you very much for accepting our invitation to come to Jamaica. Welcome home.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Ken, do you have anything to say?
Well, that's well said.
Yes.
The only thing I can say is today among us Africans, we live in our own social.
And as he said, you know, we've been traveling the whole world over to find a place that we can start this movement. That is the Ashanti Heritage Worldwide Movement. The meaning of the movement is the integration. But we are sure that the prophets and the prophetess, they are here in Jamaica. So it's a very great pleasure that I'm here to meet them for the first time, that I'm going to acquaint myself with the prophets and the prophetess. So wherever I will go, I know that the power will come from here into me much more than even what I have. I was in the airplane and I started speaking to this man, that is my brother. That when you see a Jamaican, you see that there is no infiltration in Jamaicans. You see the real black spirits in them. So I'm happy here today. Power. Bless.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. What a splendid day this has been for the Paul Bogle Foundation in pulling this almost impossible, but taking my brother Kwake from the other side of the planet Earth and bringing him to the Jamaican people. So welcome to your home as well.
Thank you.
Just before you close up on our welcoming, I would just love to add that the reason why you feel welcome, remember Ghana was the gateway of our church. And many of our people that came from the west coast of Africa came through those gates. So many of the Ghanaians and Jamaicans, we are one from anciency. We know that, right? This opportunity is now the reconciliation of our ancient spirit, our ancient soul, because what is now needed, all Africans is called out together.
That is it.
And that is what
That is exactly.
So my
because
brother,
the prophets from Jamaica have preached it. Africa unite, theoretically. But now we are practicing it. That's why I'm here. That we do it. We don't only have to speak it, but we have to do it. Because we know, my great grandfathers, most of them are here. Most of them came voluntarily. There was a queen who said, I'm seeing that my people are going to Jamaica. The Queen, Jamaica is an Ashanti word, means Jamaica. It means, so we are not going back home again. That is the meaning of Jamaica. So it entails a lot. My presence here is spiritual and physical. And I know the Most High God, who created heaven and earth, will never let our toil be in vain. But we will be sharing together everything as one people. Yes, sir.
One brother. Bless you. Listen.
I want to say welcome, brother Kwaku, Ashanti,
Yes, sir.
chosen prince.
Yes.
I want to say we Black Power is great for you.
Yes.
And I want to welcome you to Jamaica.
Thank you.
I want you to be very happy with us. They've been struggling so long to become one people. His Majesty has come and tell us you are blood brother. My mother is Ashanti, I come from Central. I am in the royal bloodline of the Henrys, but I stood up with my black ancestor. And I think we are now about to finish this up. To get African unity one, and we the diaspora one, and become one great family, one son. Blessed is you that has made this. Blessed is my ancestor that keep you alive. Bless and keep you alive.
Thank you. Just turn now and face the camera. Let's just take a good. Let us capture the moment.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Constantine Bogle meeting with Kwaku Adu
That is why you took this
Ampofo.
stool with you from the king's room. The club.
From Solomon.
Rastafari.
Yeah, we have the throne of Solomon.
You know, as I said,
Yeah, you know it.
very significant.
Yeah, you know the golden stool.
It is.
Yeah.
One of the most powerful parts of West Africa is
You got it.
the Ashanti Kingdom. It's time for us to do that's all I know. This time. The Almighty has declared it.
Yeah, this is the time.
It is the time. It's not the beginning anymore.
No. The Most High God said this is the time.
Our time has been in captivity. It has been
for
for
far
reason.
too long, but it has a reason.
Yeah, you can go in now.
No,
To the front.
No.
No, sit in the front. You drive in the front so you can see the country. This is your position. Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are in Marine Bay, St. Thomas. We're getting ready to go to Stonygut and tour where Paul Bogle actually had his church in Stonygut. We're taking the General Secretary of the Ashanti Heritage Worldwide Movement to Stonygut to see where it all unfolds. So stay tuned. Don't touch it out. Big Stone will be right back. Click it.
Now I'm standing on the historical ground of Paul Bogle, who was brought here during the time of the slavery, and he stood for his people. And I'm standing right away on the ground where he had his church. He did many things to help his race. But finally, because he rebelled against the white man's rule, the judgment was dead. He was hanged. And more than 1,000 people were killed. 7,000 black people were killed because of the rebellion.
1,000 houses burned.
And 1,000 houses were burnt here because of Paul Bogle. And today we are reviving the spirit. Not to fight against anybody,
we are not fighting at all, but we are doing this in remembrance of him. That we have to turn a new way of fighting for our rights, of fighting for our life. We are doing this in commemoration of what Paul Bogle did, to ignite and to energize each and everyone to know that we have something to do, a work to do. What is the work that we have to do? The work of unity. Some people have laid down their lives for us. They have set exemplary lives for us to emulate. We cannot sit and see what is going on in our lives each day and day out. Therefore, the Paul Bogle Foundation invited me as a secretary of the Ashanti Heritage Worldwide Movement in Holland to come here. Whatever we are doing here will be sent back to the king himself in Ghana to see the Ashanti King. Otumfo osetutu autosum yenu. Krobe Ashanti Kotoko ukuma pema apembeba. To know that his people in diaspora are looking forward to him. And the request that they have put before me is to disseminate the news that they want to see the king himself here in Jamaica. Because Haile Selassie was here about 50-something years ago, and they believe and they know that when the Ashanti King comes here, it will be a new turn in the lives of the people. This is the request. Upon that, they are also expecting interchange of culture and tradition. It seems people are losing touch. They are walking away from the track of keeping ourselves as we are, and that cannot be. So in terms of naming, marriage, funerals, and other organizational things on the traditional lines, it should be established also here. And I'm here in Jamaica as the first place that Kwaku Adu Ampofo or Sabarema Kwaku Adu, I'm starting this year in Jamaica. I'm not the only person doing this. People are doing that. But as far as Ashanti Heritage Worldwide Movement is concerned, Jamaica is the place that I have started this. And I therefore expect each and everyone who will listen to me and watch this video to respect and put it across wherever he is or she will be, that we are one people. Theoretically, we have been hearing about Black Unity, Africa Unite. If you don't go, you have to come. I have come here. So what are you doing as a black man? The sense of unity should be ignited in you. Paul Bogle did it. Marcus Garvey have done that. Bob Marley have sung the music. Peter Tosh. A lot of people, Jacob Miller. You can talk about many black people who have kept the track. And we can never let it go. In continuation of that, that is why I'm here. I'm standing here with the grandson of Paul Bogle himself. He has the spirit, and he invited me to come here in the name of the foundation. Whoever you see around here has the same spirit. Let us keep it up. Thank you.
All right, this is where the church used to. The Native Baptist Church. I want to take the time and read it. But it was separate from the white Methodist Church. Because after that they started to burn down the churches that were named Methodist, but run by black people. We can never forget them. Teacher Kwake as he read as he read it. Go behind him and give him a shot with the ball.
Yes, Kwaku. Let me explain. This is where the church used to be. You are now standing on holy ground. This is where Paul Bogle and his men, because Paul Bogle was very rich. One of the things that they never teach about Paul Bogle is that Paul Bogle teach himself to read. And after teaching himself to read, everybody that was coming to Paul Bogle church was mandated to read. Now this was a big problem to the white society because they wanted to teach Paul Bogle to read in the first place. Now Paul Bogle had this friend named George William Gordon, who is a half caste. Mother is a black woman, white man. Is his father Scottish, white man, I think it is his dad, so he's a half caste. He was accepted by the white people because he is an half caste. But he and Paul Bogle became very good friends because both of them had property, line and line. And he was a person who encouraged Paul Bogle and get Paul Bogle into the church. He ordained Paul Bogle into the church. So both of them was close. Paul Bogle in turn organized the people to vote for him and get him into the house as an elected person. He was later hung one day before Paul Bogle for the Morant Bay Rebellion. If you read the history book that is written by Clinton V. Black, you will see that prior to them hanging him, he asked for time to put together a letter to his wife, and in the letter, even to the last minute that they were going to hang him, he said he knew nothing about Morant Bay Rebellion, which is true. He did not take responsibility for Morant Bay Rebellion. Paul Bogle, instead, the same day they hung his best friend, William Gordon, was the same day he turned himself in. And now when he was asked, he said George William Gordon had nothing to do with Morant Bay Rebellion. And he take full responsibility, and both of them was hung 24 hours apart. We will be going to the place where Paul Bogle and George William Gordon was hung, and many more. But before we go there, there is still some additional information that you need to know. This is where the church used to be. This is where they would sit down and plan as a small community. The 10th of October, they had a prayer vigil here for the entire night. They pray and light candles, and the parliament was having a meeting in Morant Bay. We're going there shortly. And this is after several trying to get an audience with the governor. He went to Spanish Town. Spanish Town was the first capital for Jamaica, and he went to Spanish Town to meet, to try and have an audience with the governor, because the people were suffering. They did not have access to land, and there wasn't anything else to do away from farming. There was no such thing as factory. There was no health system here, no school, no nothing at all.
St. Thomas.
Yes, the people were just brutalized. When they wrote to the Queen replied and said, "It is upon your own initiative These are documents that exist, I am telling you about. The letter, the famous Queen letter. It is upon your own initiative that you must find a way to survive. I don't business with any of you. And that's what led to Mark the Rebellion. Paul Bogle is the only hero in Jamaica that fought a war for land so that black people can have access to land. So when they went down to, after the all-night vigil, and they went down to Mark Day, it's called a vestry meeting. 29 white men was meeting. All of them was English white men that was sent from England as a representative of this country. And Paul Bogle and his men killed all 29 of them. Beheaded all 29, include the Costas. Right? As a result of that, they sent back 2 ships into the parish. One named Wolverine and one named Axel. And they deployed soldiers from in the hills and soldiers from the seafront. And they wiped this parish out, burning 1,000 houses to the ground and killing over 7,000 people. People who had nothing to do with Mark the Rebellion. Pregnant women, they cut them in 2, chop them in 2 and fling out the baby out of them. And the whole thing was just a massacre on the parish because of what Paul Bogle and his men did. Now, bear in mind, and this is what is important, Paul Bogle was a very, very rich man. Paul Bogle could have sit back and said, you know what, I don't business with you because I am wealthy. Yes. Because he had cow, land, goat, horse, mule, you name it. He had it all. He had a bakery. He was baking and selling to the community and making money. He had God. He had his church. He was very wealthy. So he gave up his life for his people and his wealth. Now, what did we get in return? It was taught in school in this country that the people in St. Thomas until this day is criminal. They are recognized by the Queen of England as a set of criminals because who dare them to rise up and fight against the oppressors that was here flogging the people and killing the people. Who dare them to rise up? But when you go in the history book and you read, it is as a result of Marant Bay Rebellion why black people can own land, not just in Jamaica, no, but throughout the colonies. It is as a result of Marant Bay Rebellion that the Queen had to change the laws in every colony. Hot tax in Africa had to move because they became fearful that people having heard what Paul Bogle did, they were going to emulate them. Yes. And that is how politics was introduced to Jamaica, because they had to find a different way of governing. The creation and implementation of the police force is as a result of Paul Bogle. Health department came about. Road came about as a result of Paul Bogle. It is called a new Jamaica take shape. Yet, independence came about. The migration came about as a result of Marant Bay Rebellion. Right? And like I am telling you, until this day, there are a lot of Bogles that can't send their kids to school. And there are still a lot of Bogles that can't read. Because we have not gotten anything in return. There are more, the intention is still about...
That's what it is.
The intention is more about crucifying. It's more about crucifying the rest of Bogles than than accepting and helping them. So, St. Thomas, if my message to the King of Ghana through you and your presence is that Nelson Mandela, when visited Jamaica, said that when you leave the shores of Africa, there is only one place on the planet Earth where you find the strength of the black man. Yes. He said Africa must be freed, but Africa cannot free herself. So the freedom of Africa is dependent upon Jamaica. Yes. The white man knows that.
Yes. Yes.
So he makes sure
yes.
he keeps
yes.
the country down
yes.
spiritually
yes.
and keep the people divided.
Yes.
Now I am here to tell the king
yes.
that we can bring the powers down
yes.
without using a knife,
no.
a gun, a stone,
yeah.
or any form of weapon.
That's right.
We have lost 500 million Africans. We have lost 500 million people. We have on the face of the earth. The so-called Jews claim is the 500 million people that died.
And nothing is said about it.
And nothing is said about it. But we are waiting as a people for the white man to speak about it. We are calling upon the king to come to Jamaica on the 24th of October, the day that it was the biggest shame and disgrace upon the people of St. Thomas.
Yes.
That day, the king must be here to light a candle in memory of Paul Bogle and the thousands of people that died. We will not accept, my brother, nobody from the palace, and I want this message to go to the king. We want the king to be here. And when we research, we found out that he's not the only king in Africa. We are also calling on the king of Ghana to organize the other king. Each year a king come to this place to pour libation and to be a part of the candle vigil.
Yes.
We want to use the 500 million people's death and to create the biggest event on earth. And it is very simple. We don't need the white man to do it.
This is very important, because if the Holocaust of the Jewish is paid to them, giving them land.
Let me say something, Kwako. If you can hold
yes.
what you want to say and let me finish,
yes.
I'd appreciate that. Let me say something. I am asking the king. This is what I am asking of the king. Come to Jamaica under the invitation of the Paul Bogle Foundation and the great-great-grandson to Paul Bogle, and not under the invitation of politicians who hold this country hostage. But at the same time, we understand the protocol, and they will be a part, but they must not be leading the chart, because they are not true. We're talking about bloodline. If we want to organize and we're serious about black people, we have to find the bloodline to work through. Not working through somebody based on academic achievement, because we will never reach nowhere when we work because of academic achievement. We want 1 million candles to be lit in Ghana annually in commemorating the death of the 500 million Africans. Now when 1 million candles is lit in Jamaica and 1 million is lit in Ghana, that will immediately force the other 53 countries in Africa to come on board the following year. We must never try to get all countries to come on board the same time. It will never happen.
Annually.
But we step forward with one country, starting the king come, declare his support for this, and let me tell you what we will do. This means that we will now have the biggest event taking place on the face of the earth every year. Fire means cleansing, and fire means purity.
Yes.
It is the only thing that we can use to create the spiritual cleansing,
Yes.
and then out of that we have the unification of the black race.
Yes.
You cannot unite without cleansing.
Yes.
You must cleanse. What is happening right now? Black people is not seeing eye to eye because the spiritual destruction that is brought upon them. So we want a spiritual cleansing, a renewal of the spirit. So the black man will never use a knife to stab his black sister or his black brother anymore. He will not sell crack cocaine to his black, because he is cleansed spiritually through the power of fire. The only way we can bring down the powers that be, the only way, the only thing that is documented and God hurt that you can use to bound Satan and bring him to his knees is the power of fire. When the day come and the white man look, he must see 1 million fire in Jamaica. He see 1 million in Washington, D.C., 1 million in Ghana, 1 million in Uganda, 1 million in Ethiopia. Can he stand that fire?
No.
Can he stand that fire?
No.
All throne that does not represent the true and living God will remove from the face of this earth.
Yes.
And for the first time, wherever the black man goes, the white man will have to bow at his feet.
Yes.
I am not asking you.
No.
Who am I to come up with these things? It is the spirit of Paul Bogle lies within me. And I'm telling you, the white man is nothing for us to bring down. One visit of the king to Jamaica, and they hear it is announced that the king is coming to Jamaica because we started this 18 years ago. And by the king declaring October 24th, the day that was the biggest shame and disgrace to this Ashanti King, and he is coming to stand up with them. Before the king reached here, the government of Jamaica would have already have to declare that, because he would have bring them to their knees. We would have created a discussion. When you light 1 million candles, you know what you're doing, brother? The discussion that is taking place among the 7, 8, or 9 billion people, whoever it is about us. Not what the white man put in their mind.
No.
And the power of the fire that they have seen take place, transforming not just the black man's life, but the life of people across the world. Right?
Yeah.
You have created a new world by just lighting
Fire.
candles.
Yeah.
Candle fire. So I am saying to you, this message that we are now documenting and giving you to present to the king, we are also asking the king that whatever commitment you have made for this year, for this time, please write to the relevant people and apologize to them and let them know that there's a greater calling, because whichever one is the biggest, that is the one that we must honor.
Yes.
At this time. For far too long, we are asking the white man to do for us. The white man replied, Queen Victoria, and said it is upon our own initiative that we must take ourselves out of what we are in. And we are still sitting and waiting on the white man to lift us out, when we have more knowledge, more than the white man. We can bring the white man. We have everything humanly possible God gave us. We can live up for ourselves and change our situation. We don't need the white man to do nothing for us. The whole thing is a joke. So my brother, this is Tony God. This is Tony God. And I am saying to you that you are on serious spiritual ground. At this time, I am going to ask you, my brother, to take your shoes off your feet as a part of acknowledging that you're on holy ground. This is the place that let it done. Get the get his liquor. A bottle of liquor is in the car, so you can pour the libation and talk to the spirits, because they are right here watching and listening to us.
So it's a resurrection.
Yes, it's a resurrection. It's a big resurrection.
Yes, brother, you are now standing on holy ground. Ground. Yes, the ground that Paul Bogle
shed his life for the black people,
and is yet to be recognized. The politician in this country, conveniently, when it is convenient to them to make them look good, they will speak and tell you that Paul Bogle is the greatest hero and is their hero. Ask them about the budget that is read in this country. Every year they read a budget. Ask them what is it that is in the budget for not just Paul Bogle but any of the national heroes. There is nothing. For years we have been calling. When we have the candle vigil, the prayer vigil that Paul Bogle do here on the 10th of October, we do it every year, and we stay here for the whole night and beat drums. Which one of them ever come? Which Prime Minister of Jamaica ever visits Tony God? Which one ever come to pour libation? Which one ever come and try to meet with the Bogle family? None of them. All of them is just simple politicians. So it is not none of them that invite. Most people on the face of the earth. The so-called Jews claim is the 500 million people that died.
And nothing is said about it.
And nothing is said about it. But we are waiting as a people for the white man to speak about it. We are calling upon the king to come to Jamaica on the 24th of October, the day that it was the biggest shame and disgrace upon the people of St. Thomas.
Yes.
That day, the king must be here to light a candle in memory of Paul Bogle and the thousands of people that died. We will not accept, my brother, nobody from the palace, and I want this message to go to the king. We want the king to be here. And when we research, we found out that he's not the only king in Africa. We are also calling on the king of Ghana to organize the other king. Each year a king come to this place to pour libation and to be a part of the candle vigil.
Yes.
We want to use the 500 million people's death and to create the biggest event on earth. And it is very simple. We don't need the white man to do it.
This is very important, because if the Holocaust of the Jewish is paid to them, giving them land.
Let me say something, Kwako. If you can hold
Yes.
what you want to say and let me finish,
Yes.
I'd appreciate that. Let me say something. I am asking the king. This is what I am asking of the king. Come to Jamaica under the invitation of the Paul Bogle Foundation and the great-great-grandson to Paul Bogle, and not under the invitation of politicians who hold this country hostage. But at the same time, we understand the protocol, and they will be a part, but they must not be leading the chart because they are not true. We're talking about bloodline. If we want to organize and we're serious about black people, we have to find the bloodline to work through. Not working through somebody based on academic achievement, because we will never reach nowhere when we work because of academic achievement. We want 1 million candles to be lit in Ghana annually in commemorating the death of the 500 million Africans. Now when 1 million candles is lit in Jamaica and 1 million is lit in Ghana, that will immediately force the other 53 countries in Africa to come on board the following year. We must never try to get all countries to come on board the same time. It will never happen. But we step forward with one country, starting the King come, declare his support for this, and let me tell you what we will do. This means that we will now have the biggest event taking place on the face of the earth every year. Fire means cleansing, and fire means purity. Yes. It is the only thing that we can use to create the spiritual cleansing, yes. And then out of that we have the unification of the black race. Yes. You cannot unite without cleansing. Yes. You must cleanse. What is happening right now? Black people is not seeing eye to eye because the spiritual destruction that is brought upon them. So we want a spiritual cleansing, a renewal of the spirit. So the black man will never use a knife to stab his black sister or his black brother anymore. He will not sell crack cocaine to his black, because he is cleansed spiritually through the power of fire. The only way we can bring down the powers that be, the only way, the only thing that is documented and God hurt that you can use to bound Satan and bring him to his knees is the power of fire. When the day come and the white man look, he must see 1 million fire in Jamaica. He see 1 million in Washington, D.C., 1 million in Ghana, 1 million in Uganda, 1 million in Ethiopia. Can he stand that fire? No. Can he stand that fire? No. All throne that does not represent the true and living God will remove from the face of this earth. Yeah. And for the first time, wherever the black man goes, the white man will have to bow at his feet. Yes. I am not asking you. No. Who am I to come up with these things? It is the spirit of Paul Bogle. Yes. Lies within me. And I'm telling you, the white man is nothing for us to bring down. One visit of the king to Jamaica, and they hear it is announced that the king is coming to Jamaica because we started this 18 years ago. And by the king declaring October 24th, the day that was the biggest shame and disgrace to this Ashanti King, and he is coming to stand up with them. Before the king reached here, the government of Jamaica would have already have to declare that, because he would have bring them to their knees. We would have created a discussion. When you light 1 million candles, you know what you're doing, brother? The discussion that is taking place among the 7, 8, or 9 billion people, whoever it is about us. Not what the white man put in their mind. No. And the power of the fire that they have seen take place, transforming not just the black man's life, but the life of people across the world. Right?
Yeah.
You have created a new world by just lighting
Fire.
candles.
Yeah.
Candle fire. So I am saying to you, this message that we are now documenting and giving you to present to the king, we are also asking the king that whatever commitment you have made for this year, for this time, please write to the relevant people and apologize to them and let them know that there's a greater calling, because whichever one is the biggest, that is the one that we must honor at this time. For far too long, we are asking the white man to do for us. The white man replied, Queen Victoria, and said it is upon our own initiative that we must take ourselves out of what we are in. And we are still sitting and waiting on the white man to lift us out. When we have more knowledge, more than the white man, we can bring the white man. We have everything humanly possible God gave us. We can live up for ourselves and change our situation. We don't need the white man to do nothing for us. The whole thing is a joke. So my brother, this is Tony God. This is Tony God. And I am saying to you that you are on serious spiritual ground. At this time, I am going to ask you, my brother, to take your shoes off your feet as a part of acknowledging that you're on holy ground. This is the place that let it done. Get the get his liquor. A bottle of liquor is in the car, so you can pour the libation and talk to the spirits, because they are right here watching and listening to us.
So it's a resurrection.
Yes, it's a resurrection. It's a big resurrection.
Yes, brother, you are now standing on holy ground. Ground.
Yeah, Kwaku.
Yes, the ground that Paul Bogle
shed his life for the black people,
and is yet to be recognized. The politician in this country, conveniently, when it is convenient to them to make them look good, they will speak and tell you that Paul Bogle is the greatest hero and is their hero. Ask them about the budget that is read in this country. Every year they read a budget. Ask them, what is it that is in the budget for not just Paul Bogle, but any of the national heroes? There is nothing. For years we have been calling. When we have the candle vigil, the prayer vigil that Paul Bogle do here on the 10th of October, we do it every year, and we stay here for the whole night and beat drums. Which one of them ever come? Which Prime Minister of Jamaica ever visits Tony God? Which one ever come to pour libation? Which one ever come and try to meet with the Bogle family? None of them. All of them is just simple politicians. So it is not none of them that invite the.
And now we are Kwaku Adu Osabarema. I am to do Katari Kwamo, or this young Kwa Akwabiane. Bijinaha, our Paul Bogle and Nasso, a year. If you Holland and Abba, make one of them a contact between the Asso. If it's a Paul Bogle, a your Bema Catatia, or Koji Abibi mine, or Koji the Potin to my double bar Jamaica, Titimiridum. The Jubadia would D and say, a man now brofo, a Kuya and Emma Emfatano. Or the name Kwato, aha, and one more sign Nukuno. It in a meeting, how you are. I will confirm some former dinsa. I be an for some for sa, Bretu sa, a senior sa, a grandsa, a sonansa, a citizensa. Equanansa, Agunansa. Me friend, my friend, bonnet. Me friend will say, and the soon be a Safata or Jamaica ha. A Berman Cabomonin Tiasia Abba, there were 2 for Tamua. I did be only a beadi, ye didn't control Basoro. It's in a friend more ye. Me friend will say, Paul Bogle Busia, I would Jamaica Hano. If it is in trader, said you, my dear, see you know. One son can near my also a Monsaka or St. Thomas ha. It's in an anum. I did be a Safata or Monsacano, Mama or Monsanka. O 2 for said to 2 or 3 million Quasso. Ashanti Quasso, Ashanti Heritage Worldwide Movement in Quasso. Midnight and Cabomu, as a baby will be an Momia Barco, near 2 and among, now there be a day anymore, Yansanka. If you say any bit my Dijumapa, and the agent Chirima, or this young Kwaku Adu Gyamfi, it's a Tiasian with the bit may be a Momia, near ye dear Faso, and Masomayama, and ye Chirima or Beba. I'm standing here. By a courtesy of the Paul Bogle Foundation in St. Thomas, they invited me to come here as a representative of the Ashanti Heritage Worldwide Movement. I'm standing here on the monument of Paul Bogle, whose life was shed because of the white-black race. He fought, he stood against the system, the ruling, that was not to the advantage of his people. As such, he was hanged. As I'm standing here today, I'm asking the spirits to come and unite the black people all over the world, because Paul Bogle shed his life for the unity. He shed his life for the emancipation. I'm standing here to resurrect the power in all black people that wherever we are, we have to follow what Paul Bogle did. I ask for the blessings of our ancestors to bless the land of Jamaica, because Jamaica is full of prophets and prophetess. And if Africa or the black race can be free, it can be free because the power is seen in Jamaica people. I'm not the one to say it alone. Nelson Mandela said it. A lot of people know that there's no infiltration in the life of the Jamaican people. As I'm standing here, I'm calling for unity among all black people all over the world. Because if we unite, it is there and then we can ask for the compensation of what happened to us, about 500 million blacks who have shed their lives. The wealth of the white people comes from the work that the black people did for them, and it's never been paid for. I'm therefore asking that we are not going to fight, but we are humbly asking that whatever we deserve, we must get it, that we can live in peace and harmony with people on earth. So far as we are not being recognized, peace can never be attained in the world till the compensation of the black man is given. Thank you.
Yes, Kwako, you have now gone down into the Guinness Book of Record. You and the Ashanti heritage has gone down into the Guinness Book of Record, because what you have now done, you became like the first to come out of Ghana into Stony Gun, recognizing the blood sacrifice of Paul Bogle and the people in St. Thomas, and to pour libation as a part of the recognition, and to commit the organization to the creation of a band between the Ashanti and the Bogle Foundation. This is something that the powers that be is sitting around their computer right now and looking at us and taking pictures of us. They are nervous because now Ghana and St. Thomas is connected once again. So this is not something to be taken lightly, because this movement and the information that I'm about to unleash to you will bring the powers that be to their knees. Anything that my grandfather has done, I have the power to do it.
Yes.
His spirit lies within me. There are many Bogles, that is lawyers and doctors and of all kind of academic achievement behind their name, but they could not form the Paul Bogle Foundation. They cannot do this work because the ancestors and the creator, the God of the universe, the one who has power and dominion over this earth, did not call them to do it. This is high spiritual work, and you have to be called to do it in order to do this work. Okay, my brother?
Yeah.
So welcome to Stony God, the home of Paul Bogle, and we are going to walk across and I'll explain everything to you as we go across. Alright, this year Kwaku is the Paul Bogle High School that was made in honor of Paul Bogle. So this is something that was done in the last probably about 15 years. Yeah, 2000 Paul Bogle High School, 2004. This high school just came about since 2004. So you can take a look. If you look to the side of the building, you will see a picture of Paul Bogle, a drawing of Paul Bogle. And if you look closer down, you will see some pictures. There are some painting on the wall demonstrating Martin Rebellion, so of 1865. So this is Paul Bogle High School. This is a part of our history.
Then I'm seeing that right now I'm at a place, a school named after Paul Bogle. That's a freedom fighter, an activist who fought for the welfare of his people. And because of the good deeds that he made, a school is named after him. And I'm here in the kind courtesy of Paul Bogle Foundation. So Ashanti Heritage Movement Worldwide. I'm standing here in front of a school in name of Paul Bogle. And they have the intention also to welcome the King of Ashanti himself here in St. Thomas to prove that his children are here. And this is what the King is also looking for, because he is traveling worldwide to receive and to embrace his people. So I'm standing here, I'm not alone. I'm here with a grandchild of Paul Bogle himself to prove that I'm well welcome. I'm taking this opportunity to greet whoever is listening as a black man, irrespective of what you are doing and wherever you are, to feel the sense of unity. That's why I have come all along from Amsterdam to Jamaica. I am alone, but I'm standing for millions, because we are taking a new movement. That is the era of the new black man, who is looking forward to identify himself and put across what he can do to set his people free. No fear or hindrance. So I'm happy to be here this day, and surely many things will come afterwards. 100 years after Paul Bogle died,
And it was taught in school that Paul Bogle and the people of St. Thomas is criminals. They declare him a national hero and decide to build a statue and plant right here in honor of Paul Bogle. You know what they put here? They put a cross, a human cross. They take his body and turn it into a cross. I'm going to take you and let you see the statue. A cross represents a curse. The pastor, the deacon for the church have on no clothes. There's a sword that runs from his esophagus and comes down through his, he has no penis, which means cutting off the bloodline of the family. The statue was built in England. The Queen and the Pope of Rome, they built this curse and planted on the people of St. Thomas. And when we reveal the curse, right, they sent somebody to blow up the statue because they wanted to get rid of it. They wanted to but by the power of the church, they could not blow it to pieces. So they now have it against us and playing politics with it. Because we want it to show to the world so you can look at it, what they did. The name Bogle, B-O-G-L-E, when you look in the Oxford Dictionary and the Webster Dictionary, it means an evil appearance. The second meaning is evil spirit, and the third meaning is dopey. So they build a dopey, a ghost, and plant on the people of St. Thomas. So we want the same thing that they use to bring down the people. We don't want it to move, we want it to stay right here. So people can come from all over the world to come and see the replica that was built in England. And we'll take you to see the ghost. We'll take you to see a picture of the ghost. And we will give you the original, because they try to polish it up and try to see how they can fix it up. But we have the original picture of it.
Upon all what he did, they still want to portray him
as an evil. Peace be unto you, man. Long time in Australia.
It's a lesson.
Manners and respect.
For us to know that no matter where you are, you have to know yourself. That if you do good for your race, always you seen as the bad one. That is what they did to Paul Bogle. But praise be unto them, almost the mighty one, that we are aware of all their tricks and their lies, and we are no more going to fall victim. It doesn't mean that it should deter you from what you want to do for your race, but rather it should give you the might and the strength to carry on. Because now I know my story, and if you listen to this, you also have to know your story and know that there is a way ahead for us to cover. We have to struggle, and the struggle continues unabated.
The people of St. Thomas is still suffering from the trauma of 1865. Jamaica, the foundation on which Jamaica sits, is Morant Bay Rebellion. Land reform, health, you name it. Yet the people of St. Thomas get nothing when the budget is read in this country. It is the least developed parish in the entire country. So we are appealing to the King of Ghana, because his visit will change the life for black people, not just in Jamaica, but around the world. Because the strength of the black man will release behind the King. And I'm sure when he gets here, he will confess that no place on earth he has ever been and feel the type of warmness that he felt in Jamaica. Nelson Mandela said it. We even sing the famous song, Winnie, Winnie Mandela, Winnie, Winnie Mandela. One by one we are go to Africa, one by one. You understand?
Yeah.
And bring Mandela to tears because of the amount of songs that we did. So I just give you that small piece, and I hope the King will accept our invitation. And we're looking
own,
forward, King,
that
to
is
meet
from
with
your
you.
own mouth that you are expecting the king of Ashanti, Nana Osei Tutu the second, to come here, and then the people will feel with him, with their hearts, and everything that they are passing through, whether it's a trauma or it's worries or unhappiness, will be raised. And I'm sure that when the king hears this, he will take a firm decision and then come and visit this land, and then our objective is achieved. Blessed. Coming is the first grave I have ever been, but it works all. It's enough even for me, because of my Pablo Bogle history has been changed. Because of Bogle, I have come to know that I have a lot of work to do. Because of Bogle, even if I die today, I am not afraid, because I know that he has laid down the same procedure for we the people who are fighting for the black race. And I'm taking this across all over the world for each and every one to know that if you lose your life and you lose it on the righteous cause, generations will come after you and they will remember. So may the soul of Paul Bogle rest in perfect peace, and we continue with his works.
The 437, 437.
And the 437 people who died as martyrs. And after that, 7,000 people were killed and 1,000 houses were burnt because he stood on his rights and he stood against the rule, because they didn't want him to speak like that and they didn't expect. But he was not selfish. If he was selfish, he was tremendously rich. He could have lived from his own gains, but he thought for you and me that today we unite as a united front to champion the causes for emancipation of the black race. The awareness is created, but we are not acting. This is time to move. This is time to act. This is time to love your brother. This is time to look into the eyes of your brother and understand what he means. This is the time to propagate the message for the black freedom. It doesn't matter where you are, either you are in Africa, in Europe, in America, or elsewhere. The same race is one, that is the black race. And we are looking forward to our development. It's high time we started forgetting about expecting white people to do something for us. We have to be on our feet to create our own life, to create our own happiness, and to be together with one another in peace and love. Osabere Kwaku Adu, Maba Jamaica, Sisia Maba Maroons, baby Ashanti King no eba no. Aha nana oba anu dwane ya. Woni abrofo no ko ya nipa dodo ne di neti ono mba chichiri kuro. Aha na Sisia bi gina yi. Yase ode hia nko akọ dwane. Eti kokodu Maba nana no mana ma so Ashanti fo baby a omo biade betina ye no. Ana mi gina Sisia ya. Omo twa mi mfoni ni. Enti no mum ye nyina ye nka motufo se tito so mienu nkwaso. Nananom adwokofo aduanafo asachiri gretu aduana ekwo na aguna mun fasunsun pa meta ma chine dwumadi a medie no enadi ni nyina na so on pese otufo ba krom ha sei. I'm standing here at where the queen joined the ship to come and see what is happening to the people. So during the time he fled, and then he lived there with his people. The strategy that we the Ashantis used to fight them, that is what we were seeing here, covering ourselves with the green. That is what is happening. So I'm standing on the ground of the Ashantis here. That is it. So I'm taking this opportunity to welcome each and everyone who is looking at me, that I'm the secretary of the Ashanti Heritage Worldwide Movement. I've come to the place of the Maroons. And if you come here, the spirit and every here proves to you that you have come home. We are taking this opportunity also to welcome each and everyone who wants to visit Jamaica. What we are hearing outside about Jamaica is not the truth. It's a blatant lie. The people are sweet and they receive you at home. That is what I feel here. At the same time, I'm saying to all that whoever you are, come to Jamaica and visit and get the original black spirit. because you see in the people that the rare spirit of the black man is in them. So they can help us to propagate the message and set the people free. Thank you so much. Yes, this is a photograph of the Maroons, how they have built their villages and their towns in this way, just like the way we live there. There's no difference. If you come here, you feel and you know that you have come to the roots. You understand? So what I'm asking each and everyone listening to me now, that wherever you are, there should be unity among us. I'm from Ghana, I'm an Ashanti. I've come here to be my people and they have received me. We have to have the interchange whereby we will portray the culture, establish kings and queens here in Jamaica, and they can come home and live with us. We can also come home. Intermarriages. Now, then you have to create our own market to have that unity. The preachers, the prophets have preached a lot. We have to practicalize it. That's why I'm here. So see me as an example that wherever you are, you have to come to the people and the people can come to us. Then the unity is achieved because unity is strength, and that is what we want.
Akwaba Abaka River.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome to Moortown. I mean, sometimes we call it, you know, the elders would have called it Bakwa River.
Yeah.
The Black River, Negro River. That's the name of the river down here, right? But we call it Wild Cane River as well. So it has basically two names. Yeah.
You have heard a lot of Nani, and heard that Nani was also an Ashanti. So he couldn't come to Jamaica for 1 week and not come up here and meet the fathers that continue the struggle of Nani. These are the men, the colonels that keep it going. So that's why he's here.
Well, you know, we try. We try, you know. We have been, I always say, you know, we can sit now, right? Yeah. Okay. How many flights in Jamaica to the United States? Many. So many people are taking that route.
Right.
If it was from Jamaica to Africa and Africa to Jamaica, I am sure that people would be going.
Yes.
I found something interesting. I went to Cuba. And when I went to Cuba last year and landed in their major Havana, all I saw was planes from Africa.
Yes.
So I didn't see any American Airlines or Delta or whatever.
So direct flights from
Direct flights, and you know, I was visiting a health center there, and all kind of people from Africa was coming into Cuba for their health. Because you know, Cuba has sent a lot of doctors and privileged and that. But it just goes to say that it is not something that is not happening physically.
Yeah.
The planes are coming because Cuba is right next door. It's the
mindset.
Politicality. It's the politicality that is
I know.
Right. But the politicality is moving here now because the country is broke and broken. So because of South-South trade and Africa, because our Minister of Transport earlier, a couple months made a statement that he's looking to negotiate 5 open skies agreements with Africa. In terms of, you know, engagement. But I'm just saying that the idea of the planes coming from Africa here is already happening, but it's in Cuba.
In Cuba.
So you understand? So it's not that they're not flying here. It's just the politicality is crazy.
So I think there's a little politics in this.
America, Jamaica is tied to the American continent, whereas Cuba.
But I think that you said no, because
different
Africa,
political concept.
because Africa is now it's not just about the people, but it's about the markets.
Yeah.
And our people have created a opportunity for markets and products, even our own products to go there. You understand? So Africa realizes too that Jamaica especially is a logistic hub to Europe and America. You understand? So they are now focused on Jamaica being a point of entry, because Jamaican culture and everything, and just logistics.
Like you were saying, in Suriname, there's that direct flight from Accra to Paramaribo. You know, meaning that they can also say we have to fly from Ghana directly to Kingston,
yes,
or Montego Bay.
Yes.
It's possible, but people need to knock at the door.
Well, I do believe also that the political personnel, the powers that be, they need some sort of rude awakening. And I'm talking from the Jamaican side of it now. That look, our salvation doesn't necessarily lie in North America.
No.
Because we are not of North American origin. If you look at what is in Europe too, if you look at what is taking place in North America now and in Europe in terms of how they're treating immigrants, especially if the pigmentation of your skin is not akin to the majority of the people in Europe. Like Britain is shutting down now. America is shutting down. And for some reason or the other, we are basically fooled ourselves that the salvation was there. No, these people are saying that if that's what you thought, you have a second guess coming. Now we can have much more trade with our brothers and sisters in Africa. We can have more rapport. We are culturally the same people.
Look at the way she's dressed.
Yes.
You see, these are things we can make ourselves. Everything on me here, like this is painted that we weaved.
Right.
You know, very nice. Like this, okay, let me give you this now. Let me put it. you understand, things we make ourselves to create, adding to what you were saying, our own market, you know, for the money to stay within. You know, if there are coconut or sugar here, there's sugar produced in Jamaica, then we need to gear our minds towards Jamaica, because we know that Jamaicans are producing the sugar for us, or Jamaicans are noted for this. Then we have to sit and plan that the way we are sitting here. Because now we have come to know that the glory is not from anywhere, but it should come from ourselves.
One thing that we
that is the Lord God. The Lord God. When I was so you created the heavens and the earth and man and the sea. And in the morning I will praise your name. And we answer you are here. In the afternoon I will give you the praises. And I do so in the night I will give you the praises. Lord, I thank you. Lord, I thank you. The holy of holiest. The holiest of holiest.
My friends, I know Sister Maxine asked about earlier the Joseph project.
Yes.
But I believe there's also, I don't know if it's related, but I believe there's a law that is was passed in Ghana in 2007, and at the Global Africa Diaspora Summit in 2012, I believe the Foreign Minister Mohammed, I forget what his name was, but he reiterated the law, that there's a law in Ghana that designate the right to return and indefinite stay law. Yes. That they passed in 2007 that enables the diaspora to return without any visa. We can own land, we can trade, we can hire or be hired. Yes. So in essence, the law it gives you that essence of you to return. Yes. So can you elaborate on that? Is it the same thing as the Joseph, or is something sort of different?
The Joseph project was to set up, like now the Paul Bogle Foundation. Maybe they want to go with their mission to set up things for themselves because of the law that was passed. And now there is a minister
for diasporans. Because when they come, they need when we go, we need people to facilitate things that we want to do. And now there's a special office allotted for that purpose, which means that the law is passed, but you needed help. But now you only walk to the office directly, and they say, yeah, I'm from Jamaica. I've decided to come home. How do I live? Then they tell you, okay, these are the grounds, these are what you want to do as a citizen. Now they consider everybody as a citizen of Ghana, so you have to come. And then in that opportunity, that the king is saying that, okay, to see my own people, the Ashantis, I also want to welcome the Ashantis to my portion. So that when I go to Jamaica, I can know that I have to go to the Marons because I'm going to the Ashantis. If I'm in Kingston, I know that the Ashantis know about me, they will come to me. Because if the king takes this movement, another kings will follow. Another tribe will come in search of their own people. Because it's the homecoming. You know, because there is a saying that if the mountain will not go to Muhammad, Muhammad will go to the mountain. You know, we have been waiting. The people are not coming. And the problems keep adding in Kingston. You know, in Miami, in Florida, about the black people, in Africa, in Ethiopia, everywhere. No, then the leaders must do something. You understand? But the leader cannot just wake up and say that I'm going here like a king, because you know we live in the monarchy. You know, so we have to do all this work to make the movement easier.
One other thing, big thanks. First, really visiting in this capacity here. The brethren from Ghana, you know, it's so cheap of the more. One thing I really learn here, and it's not really by learning, but really acknowledge it. All along with really determine our future and our regime, you know. And the drums are one of the first telepathic communication that we have to use to communicate to our brothers and sisters. But the most serious part of the thing is to know that there's still a psychology lies over our black country, where that we're afraid of each country, afraid to visit Jamaica, we're afraid to come to Ghana because of people and what people will do. You know what I mean? Now this is a psychology that have a big effect. Because everywhere you go, you're about Africa, spirit cannibal there and all of these things, you know what I mean? To divert us. Now this psychology is working. And what we need now, we need the brethren from all parts, from Ghana, to make a more wider visit to Jamaica. Make way that Jamaicans can visit in the 10s and 20s and 100s. You know, we get a more firmer overstanding in concern of our redemption.
Right.
You know what I mean? This single visit and double visit sometimes, it don't last for a time. Sometimes it just vanish as who comes, leave. But when we move in the hundreds and thousands, you know what I mean? I believe it's a more longer medicine, a more firmer coming together. You know what I mean? And this is what we really want to do.
You know, what I would say about that, you know, in the Maroon community here, right? Here in Kunkumin spirit still live on, right?
Yes.
We, like Timothy and myself and, you know, the others were discussing. Our
God, Sister Maxi, but I don't know who you are and what you do.
Really?
Yeah.
Google.
Yeah. Because I'm also having a television program in Holland, and I'm secretary of the Ashanti Heritage Movement worldwide.
Yes.
So I've come to familiarize myself with Jamaica.
Yes.
Because we are hearing different type of the story about here. And since I'm here, I've seen that it's not true what people are talking.
Okay.
So I'm taking the opportunity to invite the world to come and witness with their own eyes what Jamaica is.
Okay.
You know, and meeting you, I don't know who you are. So I want to know about you. There's people.
Great Maxine Stowe. Go ahead, Maxine.
Okay, I'm Maxine. Well, I'm an African Jamaican. I work in the music industry, and I work within the Rastafari community, focusing on social, economic, political development, so we can achieve our aim of unity with Africa. So That's me.
That's you.
Everything else is on Google.
It's on Google. Which means I'm studying with an important personality, a black African woman living in Jamaica and then working for the social and political development of all the black people. So irrespective of where you are, you have to have this energy in you as a black woman to know that you have a lot to do to help us. So every man who is also listening can also see me and know that we need the unity. You can see from here the way it goes. So whenever you meet a black sister, have time for her, and when a black sister meets a black brother, you also got to have time for the brother, and the peace and unity go on. Really?
A council on the road. Yeah, we're just arriving now.
40 days.
Right this minute.
How many days have you been working?
40 days.
And today is the last day.
Today is the last day and you are with us. Can you believe it? What? We are
40 days and 40 nights.
40 days and 40 nights. And we just arrived. This minute, we just arrived. So everybody in this has done the whole walk.
Yeah, I'm glad.
You got my bag?
Yeah, we just finished. We just
church
Port
floors,
Antonio.
we sleep in community centers.
Yes, I was just touching
We
this.
sleep in schools. We just had little mats on the ground with soldiers.
Oh,
On a mission, on a pilgrimage for the earth.
So we're waiting
On a
for the
pilgrimage
school
to stop
children
Jamaica
to
drowning in
move from
plastic.
yeah.
On a pilgrimage to help the children
Port Antonio
learn to
courthouse
swim
into the square.
and to protect the
So
coastline
we're just waiting
of
to
Jamaica.
link up
So
with the
I'm
school
chair
kids.
of a big marine foundation here. We've just
Your
gone
name?
down in Port Antonio. My name
Yeah,
is Dee
Constantine.
Kai.
Yes.
And I'm Irish, and I'm an Irish rebel, Jam Irish.
Okay,
Which is Jam Irish, which is
Yeah, to see if
fighting
they have
for
any law.
any rights that are not in place.
Nobody at all what?
That need to happen. And when you see the plastic pollution here, you've got
There,
to do
yeah.
something.
And then can you,
Not
I need to get in touch with Sterling,
So we walked.
the chief
We
up
took
at
action.
Maroon.
Okay, so the walk should be a
I
recognition
don't know
of
if
your
you
resistance.
get lumps then or one of them.
The
give you the
walk
number.
is a recognition of our
No, I wanted to call them because I want to go up there
It
after.
shames non-action.
Yeah.
And it challenges.
With the,
But meaning that the walk is to resist
the ambassador.
the much production of plastic, damaging women's life.
Damaging everyone's life. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's time, when the people rise,
Alright.
that's when change happens. When the energy comes together, that's when change happens.
That's true.
And it doesn't need 100% of the people to act. It just needs a third of the people to act, and change comes.
Recognition.
I have a mission. Well, we said that we're gonna do a wrap-up in Trenchtown.
Yeah.
Press conference, possibly a round table. Anyway, there's something happening with downtown Kingston, as you know. They're trying to redevelop it, and they looked at Bournemouth to Trenchtown.
Yeah.
So the issue is that the people, the politics, as you know, is what came in and transformed and created what's happening now, the violence, the shooting, and whatever. And so the business people, it would seem to me, realize that if they want to have business, if they want to develop Kingston as a tourist destination, then these people have to have a change in their behavior and attitude.
Mm-hmm.
So they can't reach them because of the politics.
No.
You know what I mean? And the politicians are the people who are the councillors or whoever. They have the crumbs. So their power over the people is how they
Dish out
the crumbs. So I spoke to them and I said, if there's a new paradigm, it would be with business people who see the value of Kingston. You have a core of them. And the value is that the people's behavior has to change. So I said, well, if you have the politicians in check, then that's the easiest thing to do, because they really are I mean, I've heard them talk about dismantling the garrisons, which is really dismantling the politics of how they have divided the people for the vote. So if you want to transform them into whatever, you have to get rid of these people, or they have to come in different terms.
They have to become less important.
Less important, you know. And so they were telling me about these meetings. So there's a struggle at the top, you know, because these business people too is a different class from the
previous ones.
Previous one, the slave master money. You have those business people. Then you have the business people who rose from, you know, being a shopkeeper to the, you know. So that's what I observed. They have gained wealth, and a lot of them have gained wealth because as merchants, they traded the ganja. You know what I mean? Oh, they're the still. But anyway, I'm just trying to see how this transformative behavior could be antecedent to that.
An antidote. I would really like to have that conversation because I'm really interested in how, and something I've spent a lot of time doing is how you can leave the people in power being in power. They can feel whatever they want to feel, and we just, the people, walk around them. We're like a river. We're changing course. If they want to be part of it, they have to catch up.
Right.
And that works so powerfully, but we have to decide what that looks like in action. And some of it will be business, and some of it won't be business. Some of it will be just you know, stepping up, waking up, and realizing where their power really sits. I always say, if people only knew their power.
Honestly, we have no idea what we're famous. We're like, I don't know.
Very good.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, on the walk. Going too fast. Yeah, they're going too fast. We're going too fast.
One love, one step.
Yes.
Plastic pollution and destroy our ocean. One love, one step walk around the island.
So, what are your thoughts here? You think Jamaica will finally get it and clean up this mess that we've started? What do you think?
Not so easy, you know, but the awareness and the findings from all this, when we put it together, yes, we'll find, but certainly Jamaica have a lot of direction in cleanliness because everybody in their own home does a measure of cleanliness. It's just to extend that perimeter and call Jamaica your yard. Backyard we are yardy, and just focus for no say it is also important where is not your boundaries perimeter or property line. That it is also fine to keep the place clean.
So where did this march originally started in Jamaica?
From the Alligator Head Foundation, and that's at Clear Spring in Port Antonio.
Oh, so we started in Port Antonio.
Yes.
And you concluded in Port Antonio.
Right. We walked the coastline of Jamaica. That means we came off some part of the highways just to stick to the coastlines, the old roads.
The old roads.
Meeting the people, the communities, and able to see the real deal. Because when you drive, you know, Jamaica have a nice face value when you drive. Because you do not fear the well, good job, you know. But it's when you walk and you look beyond the line.
Yeah, we need to do more.
And
what's your name, my brother?
This is I, Rossrod, the resident poet. One love, one step.
Enough love.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thoughts here as a Rastafarian doing this walk in trying to keep the environment clean?
Well, it's very important to keep the environment clean because, as you know, we live in the environment. We can't live out of space.
Yeah.
So we live in their environment. So we have to keep the environment clean. And that's why I was on this walk, because first when I heard about the plastic pollution, I didn't have no knowledge about it. I didn't have no knowledge about how plastic was polluting the environment and in the sea until I met with the Alligator Head Foundation and they gave me knowledge about it.
Wow.
So, and it's very, it's like an epidemic proportion out there because we just come off the whole island,
coastline,
walk around the whole coastline, and we seen gullies, we seen everything, we seen it all.
So it is a mess then, is that what you're saying?
More than a mess. It's terrible because out there in the sea, the fishers them can tell you that you have a whole island of plastic bottles out there.
Wow.
And just a little bit of them wash up and come on the shore and you know, destroying the reefs, killing the fishes. The sea turtles, when the sea turtles see a plastic, they think
recognize
it's a jellyfish.
Food. Yeah,
They think it's jellyfish, so they eat it. And then you have birds that feed off the sea. That you have a whole island of birds dead with plastic rock in their belly, lighters and all type of things. You know, so we really have to be conscious about what's going on.
Thank you very much, my brother. Keep up the work. What about you? You're from the Kiwanis Club?
Yes.
What are your thoughts today?
I think we have a serious issue in Jamaica as it regards to disposal of garbage.
Yes.
Especially our plastic containers.
Yes.
I think the government needs to do more to get the citizens buy into the whole thing of pollution and keeping our environment clean. I know the plastic bottles have been creating havoc and we see it on the news daily.
And styrofoam, they're talking about styrofoam as well.
Yes.
So this march
is very important.
Yes.
So persons can know that what we're doing to the environment is dangerous, not just for us, but also the
for
animals,
future generations and future
all
generations.
the living species and future generations.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So what are your thoughts now? You're in school. What's the name of your school?
Titchfield High.
Titchfield High. What are your thoughts on the environment?
Too much pollution. Polluted. Plastic especially.
Too much pollution and?
We can get ways, we can reduce it.
Okay. Starting from the one on the right. What's your name?
I'm Ashley.
Okay, and you?
Soya.
Okay. Thank you very much for talking, okay?
Yes.
Keep up the good work.
Like what you're saying to you now, this my brother, Big Stone, it's called Kwaku, because when he checked it, the date that he's born on Wednesday. And if you are born on Wednesday, then according to the Hebrews, you are called Kwaku. It's like, yes, so if you are born on Wednesday, then you get to call yourself Kwaku, because I'm also Kwaku. And the meaning of Kwaku is opening. Because our ancestors, every day they have a specific duty that they perform. You know, Monday is looking for, searching for. Tuesday, Monday is called a duada. A duada means they are searching for the thing. Tuesday is called a banada. A banada means that they are cooking what they have found. And then Wednesday means they are opening it because it's cooked. And Thursday is, drying it. Because if you cook it, you have to let it become cold before you eat. Friday, they set the food on the table. Bless up. And then Saturday, they eat. Because Saturday, that's why they Sabbath. Because if you are eating, you have to have time. Relax your body, rest, and eat. And then Sunday, they wash their clothes. All the dirty things that they have done, they clean it on Sunday. Look at how smart God made our ancestors. Because when, later on, the people knew that we were humans. I'm talking about when we were in Kabul. Before I let them let the great
Yeah. What you want to say, meeting one of the founding elders of Rastafari?
It's a positive movement because we live in a world where we have to live naturally. So allowing people to put plastic will damage the environment.
and there will be pollutions and sicknesses, and when we are sick we will die and we will not live our life. So I'm happy to see this movement resisting against spitting of plastic everywhere. That is dirty, nasty, and it causes sicknesses. And also, Emperor Selassie talk about the spiritual emancipation. This is what we are doing, because we have to act, and upon the action that we take, then a decision can be taken against what we don't like in this life. So I'm happy being part of this movement. I'm here, my brother.
What's your name, my brother?
Bongo Leo.
Bongo Leo.
Yes, sir.
Yes, from which mansion?
Naya Bingi.
The Naya Bingi mansion.
Naya Bingi priest.
Naya Bingi priest.
Yes, sir.
You worship out by 9 miles?
No. Yes, all around.
Yes, yes.
Yes, I would say, give way to our words, Holy Doctor and Emperor Selassie.
Yeah.
Consider our meditation.
Yeah, go close.
Hearken to the voice of our cry.
Yeah.
And I Holy Doctor and Emperor Selassie.
Yeah.
Whereunto thee will I not.
Yeah.
And our voice shall low here in the morning, Holy Doctor and Emperor Selassie. In the morning, I direct and I pray unto thee, and will look up. For thou art not the Holy Doctor and Emperor Selassie, thought pleasure and wickedness, neither shall evil dwell with thee. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight, thou hatest all workers of iniquity. Thou shalt destroy them that speak leastly. The Holy Doctor and Emperor Selassie will harbor the bloody and deceitful man. But as for I and I will come into thine house, in the multitude of thy mercy, and in thy fair will I worship towards thy holy temple. Lead I and I, Holy Doctor and Emperor Selassie, in thy righteousness, to find thy enemy. Make I and I way straight before I and I face, for there is no faithfulness in their mouth. Their inward part is very wicked, their throat is an open sepulchre. They flatter with their tongue. Destroy thou them, Holy Doctor and Emperor Selassie, and let them fall by their own counsel. Cast them out in the multitude of their transgression, for they have built against thee. For let all those that put their trust in thee rejoice. Let I and I shout for joy.
Joy.
Because thou defendest I and I. Let I and I that love thy name be joyful in thee. For the Holy Doctor and Emperor Selassie I will bless I and I the righteous. With favor will thou compass I and I as with a shield. Alien, Rastafari. Grow to word and grow to sound and grow to power.
Yes, give thanks and praise now, Brother Stone. As we all seen wherever I've been with you with the writing, according to the words of His Imperial Majesty, in which I and I look upon the sea, you know what I mean, as a life giver. Not only for the fishes, but in all over the sea play a tremendous role in survival where humanity is concerned. You know what I mean? So we have a right, we have this right to protect it and see that it keep clean. You understand me? Blessed love, my brother. Give thanks.
Brother Constantine Blue, what are your thoughts on the environment and the plastic and infestation of the ocean?
Well, the environment is very important, you know, because the quality of the environment determines the quality of one's life.
Yeah.
And how long one will spend on the earth. So the earth is the people and the people is the earth. So it's important that we learn to protect the earth. Because the good book said the earth is the Lord.
And the fullness
thereof. So we give thanks for this movement and the people that saw it fit to take time out and walk for 40 days and 40 nights to take the message across Jamaica. Yeah, man, I would just, you know, hope that the Almighty will continue to strengthen them and we will grow from strength to strength as a family. And one of the important things that I observe in the war is that we have children, white people and black people coming together for the same cause. And that is very, 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 very significant. And we just hope that, you know, it was working like this all through earth.
Okay. Thank you very much, my brother. Yes, my brother.
Great message.
Gonna play the shine and pedify. We get locked up in a jail. Go tell Judge Fuse, no give them no bail. Must a bag of black and a jump up and real. real. I know what you look up in the badass up in tail. School girl, they are all fetching a chase. In a bus back boy on the wrong waist. When did you go eat a wonder what did you go taste? When your mother walks the word of the money, you always got the money alert. Watch them dance to the bang 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 bang. Away in China. Alright now, mama send her picnic, go a school figure learn. She get taken away. She put her on her and she not know where to turn. It's like a judgment day. The monkey must sweet it, but me nah go. Cause me no want in a play fargo. Me want bust like Captain and Cargo. Me buy me daddy up, me mommy so proud. Watch your man see the bang 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 bang. Away in jail. Level there. Work hard in school. Work hard in school. Mom see all of the hard-working people man are here now. Watch the man see the bang 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 bang. Away in jail now. Hard work are the key to success. Anything you want, you feel must live for sweat. Hard work, nothing more, nothing less. Think couldn't do no work yet. You want pass your exam. Work for that, you want money in your hand. Want to say work for that. Want to work with me. What am I say? You want pass your exam. You want horse and land. You want car and van. You want money in your hand, you better. Alright, give me the microphone and the place be wrecking. But my people say me now go.
Greetings. This is a great day, a historic day in Jamaica, when the hands of Africa and the hands of Jamaica meet as one. The Africans at home and the Africans abroad, as the Honorable Marcus Garvey has said, is one African family. Now we are really troubled that we have been here for over 500 years and we have not been able to reclaim our homeland, Mother Africa. We are ready, and we know the Africans at home and the continent is ready. I am Heru Aishakamusa Menelek, the president of the Marcus Garvey People's Political Party. I'm a lay magistrate in the courts. I'm a justice of the peace, and I'm an ambassador for peace. I'm the president of the Marcus Garvey People's Political Party. And today is truly a great day when I stretch forth my hands, meeting with my brother Kwaku from the continent of Africa. And we bring greetings to the king, the Ashanti King, who we are inviting to come to Jamaica today, this historic day, that we will have the Africans at home and the Africans abroad being one under the name of Africa. No more we will be divided by the waters. No more will we be divided by the tricks and the wiles of the white man, who has put many obstacles in our way. He has used religion, he has used politics, he has used the shades of our skin, he has used class to divide our people. But today we know we are one people, and we shall rise up as one people, one African people. No more will we look towards the coming of a white Jesus to liberate us. No more we will look for the liberation from the Queen of England. We have our own king, the king of the Ashanti, who shall come and be our king. As the Bible says, our king is our God. So we look forward to seeing our king and God from Ashanti Kingdom coming to Jamaica and representing us. We are the children of Africa, and we await our Creator. This welcome is from every African in Jamaica, extended to the King of Ashanti, to be here in person when we meet, and we shall fulfill the words of our prophet, the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, when he said, Africa for the Africans, those at home and those abroad. And this is the message that we bring. The Africans are one. It is the philosophy and opinions of Marcus Garvey. And when we use the word philosophy, at the year 2000, the Honorable Marcus Garvey was voted as in the top 50 philosophers of all time, amongst all the Greeks that we have been hearing about. But we know our philosopher, Marcus Mosiah Garvey. And I present it to you, Take to the King, because this is one of the books that the Honorable Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana read and decided that Ghana must be an independent nation. We are no peon, we are no serf, we are no slaves. We are great people, we are kings and queens. And we hope by sharing the knowledge in this book, we shall take our rightful place in earth as earth's rightful rulers. I also speak on behalf of the Paul Bogle Foundation. The Honorable Paul Bogle is one of our liberators. In 1865, he rose up in St. Thomas to take away all the iniquity that was being impacted upon our people when they were put on land and land was taken away from them. Paul Bogle, a rich man at the time, he had to rise up with the people to throw off the coke of the colonial powers that was there. The Paul Bogle Foundation has always been working and will continue to work with the kingdom, the Ashanti Kingdom, and the King of Ashanti when he comes to Jamaica for our real and true liberation. So the Paul Bogle Foundation will extend great greetings to the King.
Yes.
That's it.
Thank you so much, and I received the book with much honor, and it will be personally presented to the King. I take this opportunity to say to each and everyone who is watching and listening that today is a landmark of world history. Shaking hands with the president of the Marcus Garvey political party means that the unity that we have been striving for is achieved. I came here under the kind courtesy of the Paul Bogle Foundation in Jamaica, St. Thomas precisely. And because of that, I've been moving around, and where I go, each and everyone is looking forward to see the presence of the Ashanti King here in Jamaica. And they have the firm belief that as soon as he comes here, things will change for the better. I am no one to speak for him, but I will present everything in hand to him, and the decision will be heard. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure from my heart extended.
Okay, welcome my brother to Kingston, Jamaica National Stadium and the legendary Bob Marley statue. Just want to say that Bob Marley is one of our greatest heroes as it relates to music and reggae music in particular. So, you know, I think it's an honor to have you here paying respect to one of the world's greatest musician of all time.
Thank you, my big brother. I think today is a day to remember, in the sense that I was dreaming about this and it has come into reality. To sit right here by the statue of the great reggae star Bob Marley I'm so happy. I've been saying this since that Jamaica is the best place to be. It's like a pilgrimage that all people should take it. Bob Marley said, Africa, unite for the benefit of your people. Unite for the benefit of your children. We talk about one love. What's love? Love is respect, responsibility, and everything. So I'm so happy sitting here to listen to the words that Bob Marley said, because it will help us. And secondly, I'm taking this opportunity to let listeners hear that I came purposely for the Paul Bogle Foundation. People don't know about Paul Bogle, but because when the king comes and sit with the people and listen to their prayer and the necessary things are done, then the freedom is achieved to its fullest, and that's what we expect. So as I'm talking, it's a nice day. You can see how the sun is shining here in Jamaica. When I intend coming, people started talking about different things, but as I said earlier on, it's a place to be, to feel. So I feel airy, and I say hello to the Ashanti Heritage Worldwide Movement in Amsterdam. That everything is going on, and we have a lot to do. So each and every one should tighten his or her belt, because it's a long way that we have to go, but fortunately, there's a big light in the tunnel. So there's hope for tomorrow. Each and every one should look forward the coming of Otufo Osetutu Autosubielu to Jamaica. That's it. Rastafari. I love.
The original Dandala from Bonuela, inviting the king of the Ashanti to Jamaica on behalf of all Jamaican people. Rascal.
I'm sitting right behind the living legend, Bonnie Whaler. I'm here on errand by the king of the Ashanti, because I'm secretary of the Ashanti Heritage Worldwide Movement. And upon that request, I'm sitting beside him and inviting him to Ghana. And what he has said is that yes, he will come. So people of Ghana who are yearning and crying to see the face of Bonnie Whaler, pray for his long life, and one day you will surely see him. God bless. And we are not for Mr. Bonnie Whaler and Chain and Jamaica, Kingston. Ashanti Heritage Worldwide Movement in Tinamiwaha. Me buy in Suno, Yaton South Friend say, Nimuno, Omra, Ghana, said the Yina Yesu friend and say Ombrano, or Sewati, or Bebaha, who 2 4 say to 2 Tosum, and Quasso. Or just as 2 4 years a year, or Nusaba Ghana, I'm a Yina who say, or Nuswaya Santini, and Watiha, into Oba, Yina who said Kabomua, Ebama Ghana, and Jamaica, a costo, I'm a BVA. Present the big one.
Wow.
Nice beans.
Yeah.
Hold it up, let me see it. Wow. The legend.
All veterans, people of the order, to be focusing on the rasterization of the African of this diaspora and of this image that I, Dandana Bonwela, is still here focusing on. And I'm looking forward to seeing all Rastafarians globally in the defense of Ethiopian order of Rastafari in this time. That time, henceforth and forever. Sheila.
Greetings, my brother.
Greetings, my brother.
Welcome.
Thank you.
On the behalf of all the Rastaman and the people of Jamaica, I would like to present these herbs to you.
Yes.
And it is made from slippery hemp and pimento and other herbs. You understand? And it is powerful in the cure of cancer, glaucoma, intestinal, you know?
Yeah.
So you can enjoy. Okay?
Thank you,
yes,
my brother.
Yeah, my brother.
I receive it with great pleasure.
Yeah, man.
Thank
enjoy,
you.
brother.
Yes,
Much
man.
love.
Yes, man.
Hey, and I could tell you too. There is a man in Mandeville that is look exactly like you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Look exactly.
He looks like Kwaku.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm Kwaku.
Yeah.
What day you were born?
June.
June.
Yeah,
the
4th
day.
of June.
4th of, okay. Find out the specific day that you are
Friday.
born. Then you are Kofi.
Kofi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Kofi.
Yeah.
Happy to meet you, Kofi.
Likewise.
Yes, man.
Likewise.
Yes.
And be careful on the roads. It's quite wet outside, as you are discovering. In studio with me, we have Kwaku Ampofo, the General Secretary of the Ashanti Heritage Worldwide Movement, and Jamaica's own Constantine Bogle, President and founder of the Paul Bogle Foundation. And they are here today to tell us about the planning of the upcoming 152nd anniversary of the Morant Bay Rebellion. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you
very much.
And welcome to Jamaica.
Thank you so much.
All right, so we're going to start with you, Bogle, in terms of it is the 152nd anniversary of what was one of the most groundbreaking series of events in Jamaica's history, the history of the then British colonies, and of course, we have been on that trajectory ever since. What are the plans for the 152nd anniversary?
Well, we recognize, the Paul Bogle Foundation recognize that most of the people living in Jamaica were taken from Ghana. And we have a Ashanti King in Ghana who sits on the golden stool, a stool that came out of the sky to him. And that stool is truly recognized as the throne of Solomon. So we believe that we are a part of that monarchy, and we have never been visited by our king. So we are saying that we want to create a discussion and to invite the king. So what we're doing right now, I did a documentary with Kwaku, take him through the whole uprising, and it will be presented to the king, and we are inviting the king to pour libation in St. Thomas for the thousands of people that died and the 1,000 houses that was destroyed, this family, and also to create an international Memorial Day, because the Paul Bogle Foundation is of the opinion that black people has lost some 500 million Africans. There are memorials for everybody, and we do not have a Memorial Day. So we are pushing for an international Memorial Day. We believe we can use that as the base to bring black people together and to create an awareness.
That's very interesting that you said that, but I want to go to you, Kwaku. Tell us how it is that you feel having this celebrated here in Jamaica. I'm sure you have traveled worldwide, but just bring us to that connection between Jamaica and the Ashanti tribe.
Yeah, history tells that since our brothers and sisters left the shores of Africa, most of the Ashantis are found here in Jamaica. And the higher percentage of the black people you see all over the world are here in Jamaica. And when I went to the Moraine 2 days ago, the communication between me and that man is just like I'm communicating with the person in Ghana. He understood me well, and also I understood him very well. Meaning that what our ancestors said, we can find our people in Jamaica, is true. And that is the king. He is our king. So when Paul Bogle Foundation invited me coming here, then I think his presence will bring a strong relationship between the Ashantis, Ghana, and Jamaica. So specifically, the Ghanaians, the Ashantis, are found here in Jamaica. That is why the king's presence will be of much importance.
Right. And what time of the year exactly would the expectation of his arrival be? Is it confirmed as yet? Let me start here. Is it confirmed as yet that he will be here?
That comes from the Paul Bogle Foundation, because we are spearheading the invitation, and to Kramas, the day, that is when the incident happened at St. Thomas. So his presence to lay a rest, will be a landmark, and then other people can follow. And it doesn't mean that he is only restricted to go to St. Thomas, but after he has done that, the other places like visiting the Marines, and then other things also, just as...
Right. So, about what time of the year?
Well, October 24th is the day that Paul Bogle was on, and his best friend George William Gordon was on the 23rd of October. So the 24th of October is the day that was the biggest shame and disgrace upon the people of St. Thomas, when their deacon and leader was on. So we'd love to have the king lighting a candle on that day, pouring libation, and would like Jamaica, because we have not been getting the Paul Bogle Foundation has been exists for the past 18 years, and we have been lighting 1,000 candles annually, because we lose thousands of people and 1,000 also. Each candle represents a family. It's not just lighting a candle.
Let me ask a question. Even leading up to October 24, what events are planned or could still be put in place by the Paul Bogle Foundation to improve the knowledge and awareness of the average Jamaican citizen as to the importance of what happened in Morant Bay in 1865? One of the reasons why I pushed that question is because many people believe that Paul Bogle was tried and hanged, George William Gordon was tried and hanged, and that only 2 Jamaicans no heroes, lost their lives. Many people don't know that there was a genocide across the parish of St. Thomas, particularly in Morambe, and as we are saying, thousands of families were, their homes were destroyed, hundreds of lives lost, farms were uprooted, and turmoil was deliberately unleashed across the parish, almost to, well, not almost, to punish people for having the audacity to rise up against the British government. What steps can be taken leading up to October 23rd and 24th so that more of us are aware of what the Morambe Rebellion really was?
Well, when George William Garden, when they were about to hang George William Garden on the 23rd of October, he asked for some time to write a letter. And in his letter, he said he did not expose to be disposed of in this manner because he had nothing to do with Morambe Rebellion. When on the very same day they catch Paul Bogle, Paul Bogle said at that time they already hung George William Garden. George William Garden had nothing to do with Morambe Rebellion, and he took full responsibility for the rebellion. So George William Garden was hanged as an innocent man. The British government sent a committee that is called the Royal Commission representing the Queen to investigate Morambe Rebellion. This was headed by H.K. Starks, Lieutenant General Russell Corney, J.B. Newell in England. That's the base he came from. And I'm quoting, he wrote that the flagging was barbaric and the burning down of the 1,000 house and the killing of the people was wanton and cruel. Now, over the years that I have been putting on the Paul Bogle function, I hardly accept any funding because the system that exists wanted to put me down as one that just come in the name of Bogle, trying to use the legacy of Bogle to collect money. So all these events that we have been doing, not just in Jamaica, because I went before United Nations and I got a permit, I light 1,000 candles in memory of the 500 million Africans that died as a result of slavery. I went before the Parliament in Atlanta, our state house, and I light 1,000 candles 2 years in a row, 2008 and 2009. I did that on behalf of the people of African. I went to Washington, D.C., at the White House Reflecting Pool in Washington, D.C. I lit 1,000 candles there in memory and start a memorial. But the whole thing break down. How much can Bogle alone do out of his pocket? So we know what to do to educate the people. But we also, the Parliament of the land, right, have to recognize that their existence, I didn't write the book, came about as a result of the blood sacrifice of these people. And we asked the Parliament even to light a candle within the Parliament, the entire parliamentarian coming together, and the day that the national hero was on to acknowledge.
Sorry that we are out of time for such an important conversation, and I am trying very hard not to make any remarks which my co-host might have to one day apologize. But the Parliament of Jamaica will sooner have a day commemorating Queen Elizabeth's birthday than the struggles of Jamaicans to get us to where we are today. We will continue this dialogue while 152nd anniversary of the Morambe Rebellion. Thanks again.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are with international recording artist Nesbeth. You know, my dream. And we're talking to Kwaku from the Ashanti International Worldwide Heritage Foundation. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, mister.
You're standing beside Nesbeth. What do you have to say to him after listening to all his music and so on?
Yeah, I'm taking the opportunity to give a big shout out to Ghanaians that I'm here with Nesbeth, my dream, as you know. It's just a golden opportunity that I have here. And then I'm arranging. One day you're gonna see him live in Ghana. I'm here with a big star. So people of Ghana, get ready. And then one day you see Nesbeth. My brother, happy meeting you.
Blessed.
Yeah, people have heard your name much more. And I'm happy seeing you.
Much love.
Yes,
my dream, my dream, my dream, my dream, my dream is to touch them one day in Ghana. Tell you all of them say Nesbeth Anya. Tell you my goal, my goal, my goal. Hey, yeah, man, Nesbeth. I'll definitely be coming to Ghana someday or the other. I don't know where I put in in order to take out. And we have to inspire the nation, because it's all about entertain, inspire, and educate. So we're not left out the inspiration part of it. It's a blessing and a joy. I'm here for a purpose, so we just do what we have to do. So me I say, I am a success story, yeah, success. A success story, yeah, I am a success story, yeah, Ghana, Nesbeth, yes, Rasta, Africa.
Yes, and you know something? Since I came here, everybody is saying that they want the Ashanti King to come here because he is their king, because most of the Ghanaians are here. So what do you say about it?
Well, I am in support of that, you know, because you don't know Africa. We should stand together as all Africans, whether you come from near or far. So I'm about peace, love and unity across the globe. I'm about living and, you know, asking our fellow brothers and sisters to join force so that we can do whatever we need to do in order to make life much better for not only I and I, for the world. So I say,
yes, man. Peace. And you know many other for Ghana ma. They say my name Nesbeth and they didn't have my dream. They say me Jamaica Kingston and I'm living in here and I'm living in Como. Say the bay I fiber down over Ghana or so over. Now then they pray and they say you're more to self free, but two for say 2 hours you know. As I see my hand. Say I find out no more from my own enemy so papa no. One more hand no. It is Nesbeth and when you for me share Omunano, Omudi and Nidia, and I told Safro for me buy a piano so me a Ghana for until remember the worry and yes, over water. It will be a Obia no more in the young I live back. Yes, man.
Gentlemen, here we are at the Sangster International Airport in Montego Bay. We're saying farewell to Kwaku Adu Gyamfi Ampofo. He had a wonderful time in Jamaica and he's going back to Amsterdam and then into Ghana. My brother.
My brother. Yeah, you know, I'm just quiet because I don't know what I can say. I'm standing here in Montego Bay, Jamaica, you know, under the auspices of the Paul Bogle Foundation. You know, meant to be canceled, yeah, because I was hearing too much about Jamaica, but since I came, the way I'm received, I'm so impressed and thankful to the Most High God that the people are so hospitable. The hospitality, the homage, the sense of understanding and unity I found here is more than what I can describe. So people outside, we do hear a lot about Jamaica, that it's like this, it's like that. But come and see, the people are so good. The environment so conducive for living and everything is well. That's why we are asking all people to come without fears. I've taken the opportunity to meet noble people here in Jamaica, in Kingston. Specifically, I've been to other parishes, and all I've seen here is that Jamaica is like Ghana. The people you see here, the body language, the environment, the food they eat, the talk, and everything proves that. So I'm taking this opportunity to say to Ghanaians, specifically who are in Amsterdam, members of Ashanti Heritage Worldwide Movement, to understand that I've come to see, and what I've realized is this is a place to be. We need to come together with our people to portray the culture, instituting kings and queens, and then naming the children as we do back home. Because we are transferring the culture, the tradition, and the customs all over. You know, so that's it. Finally, I'm saying a big thank you to Jabi, Dada, born in Wela, Nasbet, and Sister Stowe, Massini Store, and other people, especially there is the Paul Bogle Foundation. You know, that is Constantine Bogle. You know, the main man who made it in all, together with Big Stone, you know, the arranger and the commander in all affairs. You know, so thank you. The big stone. Because when you go, let's say to Jamaica Airport, Montego Bay, and I'm done in Befi, or Saberema, my baby, my Juma, and Tinyaka Keka, into the Obit man, and yet from once at my 2-4 city to Tosu, near Quasso. A day in a young woman in a year, a couple of million Quasso, Yabraha, in Union Metna, a couple of money and Jim. I had you. Then go for Capo Jamaica home and it's a very peaceful land. As we go, oh, I saw who's only I know now, no, it will be an opera, never to do, then you will be a come.
Here we are at the Sangster International Airport, bidding farewell to my friend and my brother, Kwaku Adu Gyamfi Ampofo, General Secretary of the International Heritage Foundation, worldwide movement. Thank you very much, my brother.
Yes.
Peace be unto you.
Hello.
And I see you soon.
Yeah, in October.
In October?
Yes,
when the king...
I'm coming for the commemoration.
When the king comes?
Of the heroes. Yeah, probably the king comes in October too, because that's my mission. Because I'm on errand. I have to go and present the documents to the king. And then, fortunately, you see me here.
In October.
But one day I'll come and I'll go no more, and I live here with you. Yeah. And we can also live together with me in Ghana. Yeah. You know, then we sing the tradition, the customs, and everything. God bless you.
Yeah. God bless you too. Talk to security and she'll show you the way. Right on, bro. Yeah, man. No, you're good. You're good. Carry on. Other security is ready for you. Carry on. All right, I'm good. All the best. Jack Guide. One love.
Yeah. No worry.
The struggle continues.
Hey, yeah, yeah.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. A beautiful trip concluded. Kwaku Adu Gyamfi Ampofo came to Jamaica for 1 week and he explored the Paul Bogle Foundation. He worked along with the Paul Bogle Foundation, meeting all the great ancestors, those alive and those that is dead. May good luck and long life reach you, my brother. Take care. Jagide.